Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. Thank you very, very much for being here. My name is Cyndy. So, for Canadians, we celebrated the Victoria Day long weekend. For Americans, they're coming up on Memorial Day. So, as many of you know, I'm kind of taking this little break here, but I wanted to do two minis with regard to the conventions because I did mention that last time that there was sort of all of a sudden this flurry about the astrological components of what was happening during both the RNC and the DNC convention. So I thought, let's take a peek and see if we can figure out what's going on. There are some planetary, and you all know me, I don't understand astrology, but there are some planetary influences that are setting up an energy of sort of shocking surprises, things suddenly kind of imploding. It's a really dramatic energy. So without me chattering any longer, let's get started on conventions part one. I'm going to look at the RNC first, which, the first thing I'm trying to find out, sorry for that extended silence. I'm trying to find Trump. Okay. I'm trying to find Trump at the convention. All right. So, energetically, what I'm getting right now is first thing is there is some sort of a medical incident that is, you know, going to sort of impact the former guy. And it feels like that event is what then throws everything into chaos because all of a sudden there's concern about whether their, presumptive nominee is going to be all right. So I don't know what that's about, but when I look at the overall energy, the energy I'm getting is it's really interesting because on the one hand, it's almost like blind panic, like, oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's like that kind of. And then there's this other group of energy that feels very sort of dark and kind of nefarious. And what I'm sort of getting is that you're going to have the two different sides of the GOP just trying to figure out how to take advantage of whatever it is that has gone on that has triggered this. So you have the more traditional Republicans who are saying, okay, listen, this is our chance. It's not looking good for him, or it doesn't look like he's going to be in the kind of health one needs to run a country. Let's push forward with somebody who was way more mainstream, um, and see what we can get done there. And then there's just, of course, this other fraction who were like, we will prop Trump up. We will say whatever we need to say. We will do whatever we need to do to ensure that, he's kept propped up. But it also, I mean, come on, these guys are like incredibly competitive and ego driven. So part of what you're dealing with is, on the one hand, how do we prop him up, but how do we also kind of behind the scenes kind of try to figure out how to keep his base happy, but carry on. So that's the sort of energy that I'm picking up. Um, it feels like there's going to be there's just a lot of friction. There's a lot of commotion. There is a lot of tempers that are very, very much on edge. The energy overall just feels angry and chaotic And there's a lot of shock, that sort of initial, that adrenaline. What are we going to do? It's that kind of energy. It's like, we don't know what to do. Somebody tell us what to do. We don't even know where to put our eyeballs. It's that kind of crazy energy. So that in and of itself is kind of interesting. So what else can we find out about what's going on at the DN or at the RNC convention, July 15th? There's a real sense of defeat. It's like, how do we correct this and take back the White House and this and that? And, that's not going to work so well. So where I'm at right now with them is they don't know what to do, but for some reason, there has been something that goes on, like right at the very beginning, or the day before, whatever it is, right in that time frame, very close to the beginning of that convention. It feels very much like there is something that's going to create some kind of a medical incident, and that could very well throw everything into chaos because, on the one hand, um, you have that whole fraction of people who are like, okay, well, let's stick with Trump. We'll get over this. He'll get through it, whatever, whatever. And then there's that other group of people that are going like, holy crap, I don't think this is recoverable. They are not telling me more than that. I wish I had all kinds of answers for you because I know the questions you're shouting at me. I don't have it. They're giving me what they're giving me. And, let's not forget, right? Every dang thing in life is a reflection of free will and the choices we make all the time. And so while this looks like a very high potential reality or option, I guess we shall wait and see what happens. But as of right now, the energy I'm getting there is just, it's chaos. It's like people simply not knowing even how to orient themselves. Um, when there really is a feeling of just defeat. And that's interesting because, so you had this convention July to what? Oh, August, September, October, 3 good months of, trying to whip up that enthusiasm again, trying to get sort of some grounding under your feet, but it just feels like they have been so used to being told what to do, because that's how Trump, runs his presidencies, that there's sort of a loss. So that's interesting. I wish I could get more. They're not telling me more than that. It's a little frustrating. So what I am seeing, I'm seeing, a ballot. I'm seeing Trump's name on the ballot. The question or the concern seems to be about whether you vote for that person. It also feels like they're just telling me that the announcement of his VP is not going to bring a lot of reassurance or comfort to more mainstream Republicans, whoever the VP pick is. It doesn't feel, it just doesn't feel like it's being all that well received. And that may be also what part of the issue is, right? If all of a sudden there's some sort of an issue with Trump, and does that revert to who his running mate? And if the running mate was not met with sort of universal wonder and awe, there could be an issue there too. Okay, so that's what I know right now. I don't know how clarifying that is or isn't, but that's what I'm getting as far as the RNC convention, July 15th. All right, I'm going to say goodbye now. I will record immediately following this. I will record the the NC's convention in August. Um, Thank you very, very much for being here and hanging with me while I kind of take my little mini vacation. As of right now, I have to tell you, I'll see you like the next video is going to drop, if not later today, tomorrow morning. And the one you're just seeing now that will go out on Wednesday afternoon. Um, and after that second video drops, I think at that point, I'll wander back into your world, probably on Tuesday of next week. There's a lot going on, but you just need to quiet. All right. Thank you very, very much for being here. Take good care of yourself. I will see you soon. Bye bye.